Hello students, myself Professor Ankur. I welcome everyone for the GATE theory session on analog circuits. Today we are going to cover an important topic by the name Zener voltage regulator. So let's start with our second session on voltage regulator, and today we are going to cover Zener voltage regulator. So first of all, we need to understand the feature of the Zener diode so that it can be used as a voltage regulator. We have already seen the definition of voltage regulator and the expectation from a voltage regulator. We want to ensure that the output voltage which is being created, or you can say converted from AC to DC by the power supply, that output voltage should be constant and stable. To achieve that target, we are going to use a Zener diode. So first of all, we need to just understand how a Zener diode is different from a normal PN junction diode. So when we talk about the characteristics behavior, Zener diode acts like a normal PN junction diode under forward bias condition. A Zener diode is heavily doped than the normal PN junction diode. Hence, it will have a very thin depletion region or a potential barrier. But the advantage that we get here is the electric field of that barrier will be stronger. So now when we talk about the Zener diodes, they will allow more electric current than the normal PN junction diodes. So this is one of the feature of Zener diode, that whenever we talk about the electric current produced, the amount or the magnitude of the current produced will be more compared to the normal PN junction diode, and it is all because of the difference in the doping level. Secondly, the Zener breakdown occurs in heavily doped PN junction diode because of their narrow depletion region. When reverse bias voltage is applied to the diode and that voltage is increased, it will generate a strong electric field. So this is one of the feature of the Zener diode, that on application of a reverse bias voltage, it will have a strong electric field effect. And again, as I've said, the entire thing is the magic of the difference of doping level. So when you look at the diagram of the Zener diode carefully, the diagram is looking analogous to a normal PN junction diode, where the doping is P on the left hand side and N on the right hand side, and at the center you can see the impact of the potential barrier or the depletion region. But since the doping level is on the higher side, we will find that the depletion region in the Zener diode will be narrow, but the amount of electric field or the strength of the electric field at the potential barrier or inside the potential barrier, it is going to be very strong. So now if you observe carefully, we are trying to keep P at negative plate of the battery and N at the positive plate of the battery, so that we can keep the Zener diode under reverse bias. When reverse bias voltage is applied to a Zener diode, it will allow only a small amount of leakage current until the voltage is less than the Zener breakdown voltage. So whenever we talk about a diode, a normal diode has a reverse saturation current flowing inside till the time you reach the breakdown, and once it is breakdown, the diode will actually burn off. But when we talk about the Zener diode also allows a leakage current to flow inside it, which is going to be of very, very small magnitude. But as soon as the breakdown effect occurs, or when the reverse bias voltage is being more than the breakdown voltage of the Zener, automatically it will have a large current flowing through inside the diode. So when the reverse bias voltage applied to the Zener diode reaches the Zener voltage, it starts allowing large amount of electric current to flow through it. At this point, a small increase in the reverse voltage will rapidly increase the electric current. Because of this sudden rise in the electric current, the breakdown occurs inside the Zener diode, which is termed as a Zener breakdown. And in this phenomena, the current in the Zener will start increasing from the minimum Zener current Iz min and will go till the maximum Zener current Iz max in reverse bias and after breakdown. And during this situation, the voltage across the Zener will remain constant and it will be retained at Vz. So as discussed, the Zener current is going to vary whenever the Zener diode is reverse biased, but the voltage across the Zener will remain fixed. And this effect can be seen as a phenomenon after the Zener has faced Zener breakdown. The Zener breakdown voltage of the Zener diode is dependent on the amount of doping level applied. If the doping level is very, very high, then the Zener breakdown may occur at lower reverse voltages. And on the other hand, if the Zener diode is lightly doped, then the Zener breakdown will occur at high reverse voltages. Normally, the Zener diodes are designed such that the reverse Zener voltages are ranging from 1.8 volt till 400 volts. Now, this is the characteristics of the Zener diode, which is called as the VI characteristics, as it can be easily seen that under the forward bias operation, the operation is similar to a normal PN junction diode. But when we talk about the reverse voltage, under the reverse bias operation, the current is going to change from Izmin to Izmax as and when the reverse voltage for the diode will keep on increasing, but the voltage measured across the Zener that time will be measured as Vz. So this property of the Zener diode to have variation in current but keeping the voltage across the Zener constant, this property can be used for voltage regulation. So here if you observe, we can see that there are three sections in the circuitry. The first section is basically an input side Vi connected with a resistance R. The second section is basically a Zener diode which will be connected in reverse bias mode. And the third section of the circuitry will be the load. So now what will happen? Because of the input Vi, there will be a current I flowing through the resistance R. The voltage developed across the resistance R will be defined as VR. At the node, the center node, you will find the voltage across the Zener, which will be Vz. The current flowing through the Zener diode will be defined as Iz. And the current flowing in the load will be defined as IL. So we can easily define the value of I as Vi minus Vz by R. The value of Vz, which is going to be equal to VL, can be taken as IL into RL. And the current which is sourced by the input, which is your I current, can be splitted into two parts, that is Iz plus IL. So now we need to understand how the Zener diode is going to work actually like a voltage regulator. So because of the fluctuation, the possible fluctuations on the input side can be a rise or a fall in the input voltage value. So suppose if I assume that the Zener current is Iz, the voltage across Zener is Vz, the load current is IL, and the current given by the source is I with an input Vi. And now because of the Vi fluctuation, the Vi will rise. If the Vi will rise, the current I will also try to rise. But simultaneously, the voltage across the Zener, that is the reverse voltage across the Zener, has increased. And since the reverse voltage across the Zener has increased, the Zener diode will consume large current, or you can say it will support or increase the value of current consumed by it. So automatically, whatever was the rise in the current due to the rise in the input voltage, that additional current got absorbed by the Zener. And since the voltage across the Zener is fixed to a value of Vz, the same voltage will be kept across the load, or you can say the load will get the same voltage Vz. So what's our observation? The observation says that even if the input is fluctuating, the voltage for the load is non-fluctuating. So this is the property of a voltage regulator. And hence we can say that we can use a Zener diode as a voltage regulator, which will protect the load from excess current. A similar operation can be shown or explained whenever we talk about the fall in the input voltage, because the fluctuation on the input voltage can be on the either side. Either it can rise or it can fall. So what advantage do we get from the Zener diode? Because Zener diode is used as a voltage regulator specifically, but what advantage do we have from the Zener diode? So the advantage here is higher accuracy, smaller size, lower cost. And the power dissipation capacity is also very high. So these are the features of the Zener diode. So when we talk about the applications of Zener diode, it is normally used as a voltage reference point or a voltage reference. They are also used in voltage regulators or voltage stabilizer. They are also used for switching operation, can be used in clipper and clamper circuits, and they are normally a part of various protection circuits in electronics. So if you see the Zener diode, it is having a wide range of application and uses. And it is all because of the property of the Zener diode. So a small revision regarding the Zener diode. A Zener diode is a diode which is normally heavily doped. It has a narrow potential barrier but a strong electric field. Under normal forward bias operation, it is similar to a PN junction diode, but under the reverse operation, after the breakdown occurs, it supports variation of current, which swings from IZ min to IZ max, but the voltage across the Zener will always remain fixed. So that is the basic requirement of a voltage regulator, and that is the reason a Zener diode can be used in a simple shunt voltage regulator using Zener. So this is the feature of Zener diode. Thank you.